Well, I didn't hear no horn blow or nothing. Hope you choke on it.
Hi, everyone. It's Ray, LifeInViBe, and your favorite registered nurse. And I needed to come out and make a quick commentary video on a video that our wonderful friend Sarah Tim just released on his video. I don't usually make a reaction this late at night, but this one was really something I thought I better catch it in case he decides to edit anything from it, because it was pretty bad. I mean, I'm just going to say, for somebody who had claimed to just have visited church, which I have questions about that. I mean, I seriously have questions. I seriously have questions about Tim's state of inebriation as well. And that's one of the reasons why I had to come out, because I don't think this is like funny. I really do think that Tim is masking a serious problem. These are my opinions, and obviously my opinions only. Everything I say is for entertainment, education purposes. I don't treat or diagnose Sarah Tim, but just having worked in the field for an extremely long period of time, there are some behaviors that he is exhibiting that have me believe that potentially this is not fueled by a fervor for having visited a sermon. It seems like a fervor may be brought on by, let's put it this way, adult beverages. All right, I'm going to let him play at 1.5. Sometimes I wonder, if I should let him play normal speed, because that would actually give the cadence of his voice better, be able to tell whether or not he's intoxicated, just rather than so sometimes I don't know, but it's 17 minutes, so I feel like if I put it at normal speed, let's just do it normal speed, because that actually might be better for this case, just so we can actually really hear how Tim talks, because I always speed him up, and that's not really how he speaks. So let's hear him at normal speed.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Sarasota Tim. I'm filled with the Holy Ghost. Hey, that was awesome. It really was. They had these young people that played music, not rock and roll, but boy.
Now, Tim's eyes, I know he has glaucomas and so forth in one of his eyes, but he's been looking very glassy-eyed lately. Tim has admitted that he has a history with alcohol in the past. I don't think that is history. I have a feeling that's something that's quite current happening in him in his life at the moment. I am suspicious. Like I said, he had a video that came out just before this one where he was actually pulling up at a church parking lot, but he parked at the very back of the church, and he also just kind of filmed himself walking out, but he could easily have then just turned the video off and got back in his car, and nobody be the wiser, because he was so far from the church, and he rolled up right on somebody's grass, and now he's out going to get a McDonald's coffee. And I have suspicions that the reason that Tim likes to drink coffee, and this, like I said, just my opinions, I've obviously worked with a lot of people who have alcoholism as a disease, the coffee to stay sober. Basically, people who drink have a tendency to think that coffee is going to sober them up. And Tim certainly just took a lot of coffee. So I think the getting hop up is potentially him just trying to say a sobering thing. So yeah, that's where I'm kind of at now. I don't think this is a guy, take it in the lens of somebody who's not walked out of a church.
Was it good? Somber, and then they had these big emotional moments. All young people playing some very good instruments. The sound was amazing. And this one guy, young man, he could play the violin. And it like stole the song every time he played it. and it was just back in the background. And then there was plenty of moments for him because he was so good at it, and it was such a good instrument.
I guess Tim doesn't need to use his hands when driving.
Well, all of them were good. The singers, everything. And then the pastor came out, packed house, regular pews, benches, pews. You know what a pew is? No chairs. We gave communion. As soon as you walked in, they had the little, what they do today, instead of passing it down the aisle, when you come in, they have a tray. Someone was holding it and you take it. It's just a little, looks like one of those coffee creamer things. And for the life of me, I couldn't figure out where the bread was. I saw it had cranberry juice in there. And so I did it in reverse. I opened it, and after I opened it to do the blood of Christ, I was feeling the part that I was peeling off. It was like, this is kind of thick. There's a top layer you can peel off, where there's a little piece of cracker or something, some piece of bread, cracker in there that was the bread, the body.
See, Tim is going to front load his video with this religious talk, and this is about all his audience will tolerate. They're probably not going to get far enough into the video to see, and we are, and I hope you get that far with me, because he gets really bad, okay? So bear with it, because it's a little bit, sorry, that was my watch talking. It's a little bit later on that he says it. I'm going to try to maybe edit the video so I show it at the beginning of this so you guys watch it.
Body of Christ. Anyway, he gave communion. Now, Baptist Church, and I'm not unaware of this. This is something I don't know if you know, but the Baptists have always taught you do not take communion. I'm sorry, it's dark in here. If you are not saved, if you have not been born again, if you have not invited Christ into your heart, he says, I know I have a lot of people here that are with friends or.
So I kind of want to set up the fact that obviously Tim is talking about having been to church. We're going to speed him up along to McDonald's so this video doesn't get too long, where he gets to McDonald's, because he's just talking about church for some extended period of time. I've been confirmed, Tim, which means I can take communion. All right, so Tim's going to do his favorite thing, which is get coffee to obviously sober him up. All right, let's see how Tim is and how cheap he is at the McDonald's, or how generous he thinks he is, how cheap he is always with the staff that works there, and then just the horrific thing he says after that. It's really bad.
No, thanks. I was going to tell them I couldn't afford it. They were trying to upsell them apple pies for another $1. I'd be tempted, but I got to do something, man. I'm growing again. I tell you, boy, if growing was the goal, you couldn't grow.
My potential thought on that, thinking about just his behaviors lately and how he has appeared quite puffy-eyed, just his skin appearance. It's kind of just ended his distension of the abdomen. These are all signs of potentially somebody consuming adult beverages. Just going to say, this is just my professional opinion. Like I said, I don't treat or diagnose him. I know that he says he does not. We have had videos of him leaving the bars in Key West, I believe, with a drink in his hand, having a good old time. So I don't think it's unusual. I don't think that necessarily he is off the wagon. I think he's off the wagon, I should say. He's not on the wagon. He's off it. Like I said, I think his behaviors lately, some of the things, the fact that he disappears at night, I think he's out drinking. This is me thinking.
It's losing, and it's hard to do it. All right, let's get some money out. Let's get some money out. Let's buy the person behind me. Hope it ain't too much money.
It's just the way he talks and laughs to just a camera. I think he is so convinced that he has the wool pulled over his subscribers' eyes that they will watch any old garbage he dishes out. And he gets a lot of hate watch probably too. So, and as long as he's making money, he's not bothered. And he just doesn't care. It's so apparent in this video. It's just like that. And it's supposedly Good Friday. And he supposedly had just attended church. And this is the attitude that this person has, it just makes me think like it's all, he's just all show.
96 cents.
How much?
96 cents. Need a receipt?
Can't afford it.
Maybe an extra 2 cents.
How about the order behind me? How much is it?
11 cents.
How much?
11 cents.
11 cents.
11 cents. $11.10.
Oh, I'll take care of it.
Sure.
Yeah. You're going to need a manager to get the card again. He knew about my limit, I guess. $11.10. I kept thinking he said 11 cents. And I was like, are you kidding? What'd they get for 11 cents?
There's something just really odd about everything that he is doing in his interactions. This is just too animated. Something's off. My professional radar is going off quite strongly in this video.
Hey. There you go. Tell them it was courtesy of famous YouTuber Sarasota Tim. Hey, I can get something for my money. Well, anyway, that was right on the line.
He, having spoken about having no need for money or being obsessed by money is the evil things in one of his terrible sermonizing videos, he is now talking about, the money, and he's obsessed with money. And keeping it to himself.
My limit.
Something weird.
But it's Holy Week. People used to do this, and it would start somebody else doing it, and it would go all the way down the line. Go run into my rack. I should have got that receipt. Get a muffler. The racetrack begins. It's Friday night, tonight and tomorrow night.
Why else would Tim be getting coffee after it being so late at night? The only thing that I can think of is, he can't be staying up to want to get coffee to make quality content. I think he drinks so much coffee, like I said, because I think he does it to get some sort of soberness together in order to make his videos or to do whatever he needs to do. I think it's a mechanism for him to stay sober. I think that Tim's he's got some issues going on. This is what I'm really starting to sense more than ever before. I've always sensed that Tim's had some issues, but I really do think it's really started to escalate lately.
Four cream?
Yes.
All right. Have a good evening.
You too, thank you.
It's always both of his eyes look glassy as well. And I think that's from potentially abiding. I really do. And now listen to this particular moment here, because this is really the crux of the video. And I think we'll probably end it out here, because after that, he just talks more about church, which seems to be just the sort of height of hypocrisy.
Well, I didn't hear no horn blow or nothing. I hope you choke on it.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
I'll do that for free, you know. No, they appreciate it. So,
I just have no idea why somebody would choose to leave that in a video where it is a video about having been to church. You supposedly have just paid it forward. It's Holy Week. It's Good Friday. You purport to be this great Christian man, and then you're laughing in your car about somebody choking on food because they didn't show enough gratitude towards you as you left the parking area. You have no idea what's happening in the car. You are the main character on everything. And it's just something is not sitting well with me on this. And I have a feeling that even if Tim, I don't know if he went inside that church. I think he just thinks he's pulling the wool over everybody's eye. I think he just showed, my thoughts are, and these are my opinions, showed up in that parking lot. He filmed that part where he just parked there at the church. He returned back into this car and he hit up a bar. Now he's going home and getting some coffee and going home to crash out because he's been up since quite early. I think he just went and put one on at the bar. That's what happened, because he doesn't seem sober to me. This is my opinions. Tell me in the chat what you think. In the comments.
I could go over to St. Armand's, walk around my Sunday go to meet and get up. It is 84 degrees at 8 p.m. I could go down here to Bradenton Beach, but St. Armand's would be better at night. It's nice over here too, though. Let me drink some water. Thirsty.
I'm sure.
Now this is part of my microphone. Don't forget it. Let's see what we got here. Looks like good color. Oh yeah. Folks, that's it, McCaffey, baby. That's the best cup of coffee I ever drank in my life. Man, that's good coffee. I'm going to leave the lid off. Keep on drinking. I was worried about.
Makes me more concerned to think if he had a drink and he rolling around in that truck. I don't know. Something is just off with Tim. All right, gonna let him talk a little bit longer, but not much more.
Spilling that wine, trying to pull that lid off, or that cranberry juice, whatever it is. I wonder if that was diet. Folks, I'm full of the Holy Ghost. I got snakes running all through my body. I can't believe how many people showed up. It was a full house. And it was great. You know, the pastor, that boy don't talk long. He comes out, and the music too. I got to say about this church.
Are we really, Tim? You're going to talk about, I have no time to listen to that. I just wanted to share the part where he, thinks it's hilarious to tell people to choke on it. And then he's going to talk about church for about another 6 minutes. And I really can't take more of Tim's religious talk, because I really don't even trust the filming from the parking lot, because it just don't feel like somebody who's stating this would be responding this way in a parking lot. I mean, really? I don't know. If you are, you're not learning anything. All right, guys. Happy Easter, by the way. If you did make it this far in this just wild video of Tim's, please leave me a thumbs up in the chat. That's it. Just a thumbs up. That's all I need this time. You can just send me a simple thumbs up in the chat, in the comment section. That'd be it. And I really appreciate you guys. And I just wanted to share this one in case it gets edited at all, because you just never know. He might get enough pushback that he decides to take it down. But I'm getting flashbacks of the videos of last year. So, yeah. Tim is definitely going to be worth watching, guys, especially under this perspective. Okay, take care. Bye.
LifeInViBe, thanks so much. My queen, my Sarasota Tim expert.